Welcome to 20 Minutes on Dawn News English. I'm Nadia Naqi, and today we have the counsel for former Prime Minister Imran Khan, Sardar Latif Khosa. A lot of controversy since the intra-party elections and two hearings once again at the Adiala jail for the cipher case, and a lot more information, especially after the former Prime Minister communicated first time in an informal manner with the representatives of the media while the hearing was taking place. Let's discuss what is going to happen next, how important the cipher case is, and will Imran Khan be convicted in this, or can there be an acquitted? Thank you so much for joining us, Sardar Saab. Firstly, from the jail trial to the court and then back to the jail, the cipher case right now in supposed to be an open trial, but the premise is again Adiala. In the first hearing, we hear that only 3 reporters were allowed to go in, and there was some sort of public also. In the second one, we hear about 6 to 7 media representatives, the journalists or reporters were there. But actually, who's controlling? Is it the judge that gives permissions to who enters the court and who doesn't?
Well, I think landing from the Prime Minister's house into the jail premises, you see, we have been seeing all the Prime Ministers following the same suit. So I feel nothing odd in that, because I've been representing Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto, and then I've been representing all the Mr. Asif Ali Zardari, President Asif Ali Zardari, and I've seen the Adiala jails and I've seen the Attak jail as well, not this time but previously as well. So to me, there's nothing odd in it. It's unfortunate, the political culture that we have developed, and somehow we don't let democracy grow and function. It's like a child who used to ask his father, he said, "Dad, this plant is not picking up roots." And the father said, "It's been only 7 to 10 days that we have planted it. How do you know that it's not picking roots?" He said, "I pull it out every day and then I see that the roots are not taking place." So if we pull out democracy every 3 or 4 or 5 years and then we try to put the sapling again, what do you expect? So this is exactly what is happening. So far as this case is concerned, it is hilarious. You see, a jail trial is no trial in the eyes of law, because it is not just that justice should be done, but justice should be seen to be done as well. So seemingly, when it's out of the public gaze, which is not permitted, the lawyers also are again selected, and the lawyers cannot participate in the ordinary courts. Any lawyer can usually enter because they are open courts. Here also 4 or 5 lawyers can only enter, and then to say that the selected media should go. See, I was shocked to see that somebody else controls the jail. Whenever a celebrity of the nature of the post of a president, former president or former prime minister is in the jail, then probably the jail premises also is controlled by not the jail authorities or the district administration. So again, it is the debatable question. How can you really be a free person in a free environment and administer justice equally and transparently and without any influences? So I don't see. And then the High Court had declared in unequivocal terms, the division bench of the Islamabad High Court, jail trial was nullified and everything was erased. Again, the judge has the audacity to direct that the jail trial be conducted, and those cosmetic changes which have been made, that the lawyers' access would be there and the public would have access and the media would have access. Again, we have seen it is all controlled. It is not a free atmosphere at all. And then you know how the lawyers and how the public and how the media has to go through that hassle, because it is absolutely insulting when you are stopped at the gate and then you are searched nook and corner, and then you are also allowed only after the selection takes place, and then it is also a meager percentage which is allowed to enter. So I don't see. This is contemptuous to the authority of the division bench of Islamabad High Court that a jail trial is taking place, and we are also challenging that, by the way. But nevertheless, having said that, tomorrow again it is fixed before the judge Accountability Court number 1 in Adiala Jail at 11 o'clock. So I'll be going there at 11 o'clock as well. And supposedly the judge is supposed to deliver the copies in terms of section 265C of the Code of Criminal Procedures, and he would be distributing those copies and giving it to the accused for the next date, which he will fix for indictment of the accused. But certainly we are taking exception to that, because this is not a case which is worth trial at all. So we have gone already, I am already gone to the Supreme Court for quashing the proceedings at the investigation stage, which is still pending. Unfortunately, it has not been fixed for trial, fixed for hearing before the Supreme Court. But even at the time of framing of the charge, I had a judgment of the Supreme Court, three judges bench of the Supreme Court, headed by, of course, Justice Ijazul Ahsan, but the judgment has been delivered by Justice Mando Khail. And it's a beautiful judgment on how an indictment is to take place, and when an indictment is to take place, what are the parameters on which the indictment can take place. So therefore, I think we will prevent the framing of a charge unless we are provided the requisite documents also, which in terms of 2023 Supreme Court, a very celebrated judgment delivered by Mr. Justice Mansoor Ali Shah Sahab, wherein his lordship has said that even the accused has a right to call for and requisition the records or witnesses pre-indictment stage, so that the judge should have a clear picture whether it is a case worth trial at all. Otherwise, it will be a wastage of public time and a hassle to the accused, because the torturous ordeal of going through a protracted trial is not envisioned by our law and constitution. And the Constitution clearly preserves and protects the fundamental right of life and liberty, which is sanctified and which is indefeasible and inalienable. So nobody can trample over that. So I think we're going to contest that tomorrow. And we have also applied for bail in the other case of the former Prime Minister. I think you are prohibited from taking name on the television. I don't know what is the problem with anyone who has prevented
prohibited. We can still say, we can speak. And before we move on any further and talk about, what Imran Khan had communicated yesterday through the media, whatever media was present there, I would want to ask you one simple question. And you may answer this question or you may just pass. Is the judge controlling, the judge for the cipher case, Abul Hasnad Zulkarnain, is it his discretion who he allows to come in the court? Is it the jail authorities' discretion who they allow to come in the premise? Or is it someone else?
It is someone else, for sure.
And so in such a scenario, do the judges, in such scenarios rather, judges do not object to such controlled proceedings?
Only if the judge was elected, if the judge was appointed on merit. See, he has had so many extensions. He is the same judge, by the way, who was dealing with Asif Ali Zardari's case when we were appearing, and Faryal Tanpur as well. And then he is the same judge who convicted Nawaz Sharif as well. So he's very faithful. And now, although that judgment has been overturned because Nawaz Sharif now happens to be the blue-eyed of the person of those whom you have mentioned as other than the court and jail authorities. So therefore, it's the same judge, and he has had many extensions, by the way. He has retired and he is getting extensions because he is very faithful and loyal to his master's voice, and he can dance to the tunes, is so quiet to do so. So he delivers. And that is what the mockery of justice is in this country, unfortunately.
Okay. Latif Khosa sahab, also I would like to know, the first, I would say, an informal way of communicating by Imran Khan with the, media representatives over there, where he says that he would want General Bajwa, retired Chief of Army Staff, he's going to call him as witness to this cipher case, as well as Donald Lu, that he says. Now, for these two, important witnesses that the former Prime Minister believes are very important in this case, can the courts actually summon them? Because one is a diplomat, they have immunity, and the other one is a former Chief of Army Staff, and we've never seen them coming to the courts, no matter what.
Well, never mind. I was the governor of Punjab and I had immunity, and I braved my immunity because I had nothing to hide. In an investigation, I joined and I gave my statement. The person came to me who was investigating, and I said, "Thank you very much. I have nothing to hide, and therefore I don't claim immunity at all." So the immunity is something which is deferable, waivable, which can be waived.
Okay.
So you see, why is Imran Khan asking for these two? Because Donald Lu, Assistant Secretary, South Asian Affairs of America, United States of America, he talks to Asad Majid, the ambassador of Pakistan in Washington, and he tells him that if you remove Imran Khan through a vote of no confidence, America will forgive you, or otherwise you will have to face the consequences. Now, this is what Cipher said. How the I don't understand. How does it impact the defenses of this country? So, the former Prime Minister, who has the discretion in the oath itself, in his oath, so note that he is the own judge to determine whether to partake or share any information to anyone or the public at large. You see, this is similarity. The similarity is that Shaheed Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was also threatened by Henry Kissinger, whom we are now trumpeting that he died as a great diplomat after 100 years. And so he had also threatened Zulfikar Ali Bhutto that you desist from making the atom bomb, otherwise we'll make an example out of you. We'll make an example out of you. And Bhutto, you see that he showed that, waved that cipher in Raja Bazar, Rawalpindi, and he took the public into confidence that this is the threat that I am getting. And what do you expect me that I would give up this atom bomb, which is today the one of the very precious things that Pakistan has, and it is the biggest deterrent and security for Pakistan, which Bhutto created. But unfortunately, we never took action against Kissinger. We never called upon America. And we buried Zulfikar Ali Bhutto in the grave, Ziaul Haq and Maulvi Mushtaq ganging up together, and it's a judicial murder recognized even till date. And the federal government is before the Supreme Court again asking for rescinding that judgment so that history, at least that stigma, is erased from the face of the Supreme Court and from the face of Pakistan as well. Although Zulfikar Ali Bhutto will not come up as a living person, legend, but nevertheless we are there. So why are we trying to set another example with Imran Khan, who said absolutely not when he refused to take the dictation of the United States of America? Are we still a free country, a sovereign country, or are we still enslaved by the superpower and we have to obey the dictation of the others? See, what is difficult, what is important is that in a fractured society, it is vulnerable. And for God's sake, let's protect Pakistan instead of making it a fractured society. Here, what is happening is that the people obviously want that Donald Lu should not only be censured, but the government should proactively have taken action so that for the removal of Donald Lu from the administration of the United States of America. Instead, we have incarcerated our own prime minister for sharing.
No, because you see, the plea that they are taking is that this also led to our sour relations with the US, because the US has denied this, that they have anything to do in removing the former prime minister. Moreover, even the government now and the one that was 16 months of Shehbaz Sharif, all of them had said there's no such cipher existence. This is all what the former Prime Minister Khan had used for his political motive, because he knew that his government would be ousted through a vote of no confidence, which again is a constitutional way.
For God's sake, don't distort history. Shehbaz Sharif, as the Prime Minister, second time also called the National Security Council, in which all four heads of the armed forces, the Army Chief, the Naval Chief, the Air Chief, and DGISI, all were present, including the Defense Ministers and others. and Asad Majid was summoned. He confirmed the cipher, the contents of the cipher, to be absolutely accurate and correct. And the National Security Council again endorsed that it is a blatant interference into the affairs of Pakistan, and a strong demosh be issued against them diplomatically. So what made you feel that the cipher is a hoax created by Imran Khan? And do you think that there is no conspiracy? It is, don't, for God's sake, it has been proven by now. Not only we obeyed the command of Donald Trump by showing the door to Imran Khan, but we have also incarcerated him. And now the ambassador of the United States of America, Donald Bloom, goes to Nawaz Sharif, a convicted person by the Sindh High Court, although by the Accountability Court, and he has not as yet been acquitted in Azizia's case. And he goes to him in what capacity? And the Supreme Court judgment sustains that he is neither head of the party nor can he partake in politics for his entire life. So Donald Bloom, what did the American ambassador go? Why did he go to Nawaz Sharif? And then the British High Commissioner also goes to the Nawaz Sharif in the same capacity. You see, a convict loses his normal rights under the law and constitution. He is disqualified to contest as a convict for 10 years, even under the NAB ordinance and NAB laws. So I'm shocked. How is a conspiracy? It is proven rather, not only from the fact that Imran Khan was shown the door, not only from the fact that now he was given a red carpet when Nawaz Sharif, a convict fugitive from law and justice, was seen off by the ambassador of Pakistan at the Heathrow airport, and he came, instead of arresting him and deporting Nawaz Sharif and putting him in Adiala jail, we gave him a red carpet. And the biometric machines go at the airport. It has never happened in the history of any country, much less Pakistan, that the machinery of the High Court should go at the airport to. So what are we trying to convey, and whom are we trying to?
Khosa Sahab, you're very confident that cipher was there, cipher existed, and not only that we have, shown the door to a former prime minister, an elected one, but also incarcerated him. But the hearsay, or probably whatever is being discussed on the political landscape, is that Khan is going to be convicted very soon. And the case is going to be moving very fast after the indictment. What do you say on that?
So Bhutto was convicted to death, and Nawaz Sharif was convicted to imprisonment for life in the hijacking case. Now he stands convicted to 10 years in one case and 7 years in the Al-Azizia case. So even Asif Ali Zardari remained in jail for 11 years, and Yusuf Raza Gilani was there for 6 years before he became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. So unfortunately, this country, what is happening is, when you are on the right side of the people who matter, well, you are the boss and you are the king and you are Amirul Momineen and you are what not. And when you are on the wrong side of the people who matter, then you are in jail, you are incarcerated, you are languishing, you are being convicted. And once you are on the right side, then the cases start being acquitted, convictions being set aside, bails being granted, ambassadors seeing you off. So this is a joke, for God's sake. Do you think that in this era, when the social media is so vibrant, can you befool anyone in Pakistan? Go to the polls today and see any poll, you will get the answer that PDM government or their successors, because they are not caretakers, they are caretakers, and they are a continuity of the PDM government. And therefore, you see no difference between the two of them. There is hardly any level playing field existing here in Pakistan for the elections. And if you are going to select another prime minister and another assembly and another government, then I don't think that the country can move forward. Instead of moving forward, we will be going further. We will be throwing the people of Pakistan into the abysmal dismay of poverty. Believe you me, it will be disastrous if we have a rigged election and a selected prime minister.
Okay, because there's hardly any time left, Mr. Khosa, just last very quickly your response. if General Bajwa is not summoned in the cipher trial, how important actually is for him to be there as a witness? And if he doesn't turn up, or because even he's under their own rules that he's not allowed to speak in public before 2 years, I think that goes on to November 29th next year. How can you then possibly, whatever Mr. Khan says about him or about the cipher, how would you prove that?
Well, again, this is a misnomer. What does the ISPR, whenever they give a statement, they've been talking about military trials, they've been talking about 9th of May, they've been talking all political politics, even 1 year centenary, which was observed recently, gave all the political credit to the army chief. So don't tell me that they cannot partake in politics or they cannot speak before they retire 2 years. But nevertheless, even if he does not turn up, even if he does not come, the meeting can still be summoned. And that would clarify that all 4 of the armed heads, they took place, participated, and this is the decision that they took. And even Shahbaz Sharif, after that decision, went to the National Assembly and he made a speech that cipher is a fact. And this is what Donald Blue has spoken. But he said, no, conspiracy did not take place and we did not remove Prime Minister Imran Khan under the conspiracy of the United States of America. But he confirmed that cipher is a true story and is a fact. Now it is a question of interpretation. I take it this way, you take it that there was no conspiracy. Of course, he would not say it was a conspiracy. He would say that, well, we succeeded in the no confidence motion. You know, and the whole nation knows, and the whole people know. Now you cannot fool anyone. Everybody knows MQM was overturned by at whom's. So, you see, now there are no secrets at all. So there was a conspiracy, and we are not afraid because superpower is involved. If the superpower can butcher and alienate, and a genocide is taking place of the Palestinians in Gaza, I am sorry, then the conscience of the world has come to sleep, but Pakistanis are not asleep at all. Pakistan is a vibrant, youthful nation of 250 million people with 70% youth below the age of 30 years. And right. Pakistan has a dividend which is very powerful, very energetic, very patriotic, and they are very agile and alive to political situations. It is not America. America hardly knows, people hardly know who is even the foreign minister of America or who is the minister over there.
Well, let's see. Pakistan, you seem to be very confident about the cipher case in your arguments that you've put forth. Let's see how, all this actually proceeds. As the case proceeds, we'll get to know.
It is a cipher case. It is not cipher. It is a cipher case. Cipher means zero.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sardar Latif Khosa, for being with us on 20 Minutes. That's all for now. Take care and goodbye.